Hello Physical Fiends, it's Jordan here, back again with another Worth a Purchase where I play a game for a short amount of time to see if I would buy it myself with my own cash. This week we are saving the world one voxel at a time with EDF World Brothers 2. This has released digitally on Western eShops this past week, but it does have a physical release. However, it is an import exclusive with some caveats, so if you want it physically with English, make sure you stick around till later in the video where I explain it all. Purchase links are below if you want the correct one in the description, without even listening to me, and that can support me and I thank you so much. But what is it? What is Earth Defense Force World Brothers 2? Well, it is a spin-off of the niche but well-loved EDF series. Almost like a kiddified version, what with the visuals, but for me, aside from that, it stands alongside the main series very proudly. It's an over-the-top action game where the world is being taken over by giant insects and you have to blow them to bits. The gimmick with this sub-series is that there are tons of characters, the eponymous brothers and the non-eponymous sisters. You'll find a couple comically passed out on each level, and if you rescue them, they will join your squad. There are loads, mostly visually unique, and gameplay-wise, they are pseudo-unique. By which I mean, yeah, there are some template classes, but they all have some kind of move or weapon that's different from one another. In each level, you can take 4 in with you, and you switch between them with the D-pad. It's really cool to have 4 very different people with different personalities and abilities to switch between on the fly. Usually, I don't like this approach in other games. I kind of hated it when Dynasty Warriors did that, and I think Dusk Diver did it, and countless other games, but for some reason, it just works here. It doesn't take me out of the game, probably helps that none of your party members, aside from the main character, have any part in the story. They're not like real characters, they're like toys, and the cartoon nature just makes it work here unlike other games. There's no question the most fun are the flying ones. Always a good time jetpacking around with a machine gun or a sniper. Levels aren't varied in their mission objectives, at least in the dozen I played so far. Location wise, yes, they're different, but objectively you're just annihilating bugs. But that's all you need. They haven't decided to ruin it yet with an escort mission, unless one of the sisters is an escort, if you know what I mean. Because, oh yeah, the soldiers aren't only soldiers, they're from all sorts of nations, full of stereotypes and the lot, and it makes you proud. They're funny, all voice acted, but it would be nice if they had more lines of dialogue. There's one character I love playing as, but goddamn I do not need to know about their last meal being a barbecue over and over again. Anyways, it's simple, fun, over-the-top action game where you don't need to think too much, if at all. You see a bug, you kill a bug. I have to admit, it's been a long time since I played the original World Brothers, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out what is new to this one. Without looking online, without looking at the PR blurbs, to me this is just more of the same. And if you enjoyed the first game, then I am sure you will enjoy this. But if you're looking for a brand new gimmick or evolution, you'll be looking in the wrong place. In fact, I'm pretty sure some of the locations are reused from the previous game, so that's a little bit disappointing. I mostly played the Switch version for this video, but I was allowed to also sample the PS5 version. And if you was worried about performance on the Switch, well, you don't really need to be because it's not perfect, but it's still way better than the original. Of course, sometimes it can go Neolithic when things get proper tasty, but if anything, it's a sign that something epic is going on. Okay, that's cool, but it's a pleasant surprise that so far, at least in performance, it's okay. Maybe in later levels it gets insane, but so far so good. There's still a lot of bugs, but by which I mean insects rather than technical issues, so I don't think they've diminished that, but the animation frames have been lowered, so there's often a comically low amount of in-between animations. The ants tend to jutter a lot, but I think it's quite charming, and it sort of fits the vibe, feeling more like a stop-motion video kind of thing. On PS5, as you can guess, it pretty much runs perfectly. I didn't notice any slowdown at all, and the draw distance is much better, and of course the resolution too. Now, as I said, it's released digitally in the West already, but how about the physical release? Well, it originally got a physical release in Japan on Switch, PS5 and PS4. That version did not have English. I'm not aware if it's been updated to have English, but that's unlikely. However, there are a couple more editions that do have English. There is a Southeast Asian edition as well as a South Korean edition, all of which do have English. South Korean only have Switch versions that have English. In Southeast Asia, again there's a Switch version, there is a PS5 release with English. All of them are linked down below in the description and the pinned comments. All of those have English on the cartridge or disc. Once again, there is not a physical Western release. You will have to import this one just like you had to import the original. Speaking of which, if you want the original to go alongside it, I've put links down below for that one too. If you use those links to purchase, you massively help support me and this channel, and I can support you too because you can also get 5% off with the code Jordan24, and that's for anything from Play Asia. That's nice, right? So yeah, thank you so much. Overall, would I purchase World Brothers 2 with my own money? Well, I do like it a lot, I really do. It is a fun game that's very cathartic. It has a fun attitude and decent gimmick, but the price is a bit much, in my opinion. Remember when EDF was a budget title, doing pretty much the same thing that it's still doing? I remember, and I feel like they've realized they have a loyal niche audience that they can milk. If this was a shelf filler like the original game was designed to be, there's no way it would be this price. So personally, as much as I like the game, I would wait until it's like 25, 30 bucks rather than 50. Then I could easily recommend it to anyone who wants a slot-filled time. The trouble is, the import exclusive physical release, it can be a bit of a lottery or, a waiting game to see if they'll actually drop that much. I did manage to snag the original for $23, which, in my opinion, was a miracle. It's barely been in stock, never mind discounted, so it's up to you if you want to play the waiting game. But if you do want to grab it right now, please do so with the links in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps me out so much, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let me know in the comments below, are you a fan of the EDF series? What did you think of the original World Brothers compared to the mainline series? Will you be buying this? Please leave an ant emoji in the comments if you watched all the way through because you are an absolute legend. Have a good day guys, take care.